Thanks for joining. So now we are learning what is meaning of Linux and in this Linux operating system, basic commands, how we will be practicing in real-time environment. Each command, so what is the purpose we are using? What is that output? Everything we will discuss in this video. Okay. So this session we will be called as Linux basics. Okay. Everybody, either AWS administrator or a DevOps administrator, even Citrix administrator. Okay. Different technologies. Okay. You need a definitely Linux operating system. It's mandatory. So guys, welcome to Linux basics class. So in this class, I'm going to explain these are the topics. So these all topics is not possible to cover in one session. I need at least 2 to 3 sessions to complete all the topics here. So introduction to Linux operating system. So guys, in real-time environment, in your day-to-day life, so we are using directly, indirectly Linux operating system. So portable devices. Can you give me anyone what is meaning of portable devices?
Like
So
a
we can
mobile phone
easily,
or anything you can.
yeah,
Sorry.
we can easily carrying from one place to another place. Example, nowadays we are using Amazon Alexa, um, Google voice assistants devices, Hey Google, right? Siri, Apple assistants. Do you know these all devices are portable devices? Yes or no? We can easily carry from one place to another place. And do you know what is operating system inside it? Linux operating
Linux.
system. Yes, what is that? Linux operating system. Okay. And second is automation. Any kind of jobs nowadays in industry, so we are doing some kind of automation. Okay. The first operating system which will helping to do the work without manual intervention, the repetition of the jobs, they're doing for automation works by using Linux. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, all the products are developing with Linux only. And hacking, any systems you want to crash it remotely, you want to connect remotely, and you want to copy these files and the crashing the system, everything it will be comes under hacking. So one of the popular Linux is Kali Linux, So we are using for hacking purpose. So developing new softwares and tools. Nowadays in the market, developing small embedded machines and systems and softwares and applications, they're developing with Linuxes only. So that's why everybody showing the interest to learn the Linux operating system. So Linux operating system is compared with the Windows. Yeah, because of it's completely command line. It's a boring and we don't have that much of interest at like Windows. Based on my experience, I will keep it simple to understand the concepts. Okay, daily if you're practicing this, definitely you can easily managing it. Even I don't like Linux. Okay, I'm also Windows lover. So guys, why we are using the Linux? Okay, where we are using the Linux, we know about it. So why we are using Linux? First of all, it is an open source. We don't want to pay anything for Linux operating system. It's a free of cost. Everywhere it is available. You can go to the website, you can download. You don't want to purchase any operating system license. Example, if you go for Windows 10, you need to purchase a license. Suppose Padma, she running one company, and in her company, almost 100 employees are working. So 100 employees are using 100 system, 100 operating system you need to use. So suppose if she is purchasing 100 Windows 10 licenses, that's a comes under budget. If she is okay to taking a decision, removing all the Windows operating system, if she is installing Linux operating system, she don't want to pay a single rupee to anyone. But your employee should comfortable to use that Linux operating system. Yes or no? Without your comfortness, you're not able to use it. So from the day one, if you are habituated to use this, definitely it not be a tough situation. So I'll guide you. So how to use and how to install, how to manage it from the day one. Everybody, from today onwards, we are a Linux user, not a Windows user. Please forget about it, Windows. Okay. And some free softwares are available. You can download and install it without any license. More secure. The Linux kernel, the software, the architecture is completely made with the full security compared with the Windows. So for that reason, if any applications and services running on the Linux server, we have a full security. So that's the reason most of the companies are running the operating system Linux is only to run their applications, run their services. Highly scalable. Example, if more people are getting connected, they're giving an opportunity to answer all the type of users request by the Linux operating system. Less cost. So definitely there is no license cost and everything. So definitely the maintenance cost is very low. So the particular Linux kernel, the main heart of the operating system, the code, the main software code is freely available in internet. You can download and you can create your own operating system. Example, Ansari is finding that he want to create a own operating system. He'll go to Linux website and he can download the Linux kernel. So based on his knowledge, he created own Linux operating system. He make it as a suppose and Linux and Linux. Maybe he will be creating his two letters Ansari. So AN Linux and Linux. He can create a new operating system in the market. Okay, no problem. Nobody will ask you. But if you copy the Windows kernel and you're creating it, that will be a big problem. So Microsoft will not leave you alone. So they will put the complaint. So minimum 3 years jail, imprisonment. And you need to pay the money, and the 3 years imprisonment also is there. So because of IT law, you should not break the license terms and conditions for the software development company. We have IT law is there. We should not copy if they're not providing. Because the Linux is a GPL license, general public license. So that means everybody can go and we can take the code and we can create your own operating system. Okay, creating own operating system is very difficult, guys. You need a more knowledge and more experience is required. So it's not possible. Okay, a few people are creating a own operating system because of they have a more experience on the operating system level. Right. So please see here the architecture. If you are installing the Linux operating system on your physical computer. So by default, it will be hardware layer, right? The first layer. And the second layer, if you're installing the operating system layer, maybe either Windows or Linux, that will be a second layer called as operating system layer. So this is interacting directly to the physical hardware to managing the system. So like a CPU, memory, hard drive, network, everything will be managing by the operating system only. So based on your requirement, you will be installing applications on the top of the system and you are using it. Example, PDF reader, Photoshop, Microsoft Office application, etc. We are installing it. This is a basic your system architecture. So now, if you are specifically you're targeting if a Linux, if it is installed in this machine, okay, what is the architecture look like? So by default hardware and Linux kernel will be installed. So Linux OS means Linux kernel. So kernel will be installed. So the kernel layer will be talking to the hardware. So to managing the complete hardware in the system, like a CPU, memory, hard drive, network, everything. So if the kernel is broken and the remaining layers will not work. So kernel is the main heart of the unit in the system. So then shell. So here in the shell only all your works will be get presented. So basically Linux will be whatever the work we are doing in the shells only. Okay, Bourne shells. Okay, Bourne shell is a main shell to execute your work on the Linux operating system. So obviously, to managing this particular works in the shell, so you need some interfaces, right? That's a user interface layers. The two layers will be there. One is a command line interface. That's a black terminal will be open. There you can run the commands and you can manage the system. This is a command line interface. Another one is a graphical user interface. Just like your Windows system, how you are using? Similar way. Anybody you are seeing the Mac operating system? That is called GUI. Even Linux operating system look like Mac operating system. Even Mac also Linux operating system only. Mac operating system was designed by Apple company. Apple company is taking the Linux source code. They develop the own operating system that is called Mac. I told you, just now, Ansari example. Similar way, you can create your own operating system. Any questions here? No questions? So you're silent means you don't have any questions. Okay.
I have a quick question about that.
Yes, please.
As far as I knew that the Mac was get from the Unix, which is the mother of
I'll tell
Linux
you.
and everything.
I'll
So,
tell you.
uh,
I'll tell you. I'll tell you that's a story also. So these all flavors are coming from Unix only. Okay. These all flavors are coming from Unix. So Unix also one operating system which is not a free operating system. This is enterprise level operating system. Unix. It's a paid one. You don't get a free. Right. So the similar commands we can use in the Linux also. Linux kernel was developed. Okay. So even your Mac also similar kind of Linux kernel, they'll be built with a new operating system called Mac. So Unix is all your Linux, your Mac operating system, other operating system. The parent is the father of the all the operating systems, Unix. But Unix is a one of the flavor and Linux is one of the flavor. Unix used for enterprise applications management for buying a licenses. You have to pay for it. And Linux is completely free. Understood?
can you just repeat this thing again? I mean, like a
Let
little
me
bit
tell you.
lost of
Let
it.
me tell you. So initially the product was developed. Unix was developed. So if you go for Unix, you can take the kernel and you can build your own applications. Linux also, they develop the operating system kernel and you can creating your business requirement. So these two things are, one is proprietary license model, one is a GPL license model, GNU license model, generic public license model. So if these two licenses anybody wants to use, example, Ansari wants that only free license, he'll go Linux website and he will download it and he will create own operating system. If such a big company, I don't want to go for Linux, I need a Unix flavor, I like the Unix because of the commands and the features and all, they'll go and they'll be paying some amount, they'll buy the kernel. So kernel means not operating system. The source code, the software code they'll be taking and they'll be redesigning for their requirement and they'll be releasing a new product. They have all the rights to releasing the new product in the market. So Unix will give the authority, you can resell this product again with your new branding. Again, Unix, the same flavor you should not show out. At least you need to change it and you need to submit the documentation. They will approve. Then you can send your account. But Linux is not like that. It's completely free. Completely free. You can download and you can just modify and you can send it. N number of companies you can use it. You don't want to pay single rupee. But some community support is there. If you want, you can take that support. That will be chargeable. So if any problem is there, Microsoft is helping to you, but Linux will not help you and Unix will not help you. So only you can go for community level supports. Understood? So coming to the Linux kernel is free, right? We already discussed. One is customization. Okay. So rebuild Linux to based on your taste. I told you, so based on your requirement, you can test it. Example, I have taken the Linux kernel. I developed a own operating system. So nowadays in the mobile, we have developing some different OS. Do you know where it is coming from? It is from the Linux only. Okay. So where is that operating system? Who will be providing? Android operating system, right? Which is providing by Google. So Google, where it is purchased that license? Where it is they're taking? Again, Linux only. So maybe I don't want to use that Google Android operating system. I can develop own. So sometimes you are using that mobiles, Android mobiles, you can see that Fun Touch OS, because of their customized operating system, they'll be using it. Something they need to deliver in a different way, right? They want to do the business like that. You can create it. Example, you are a car audio manufacturing company, Blapong. Yes, you can take the Linux kernel and you can change the interface and you can create one dashboard. These are the applications we needed. So nowadays, all the car audio entertainment system is with Linux operating system only. So the next one is flexibility. So flexibility means the drives, whatever the drives you are creating in the system, we can easily move between one system to other systems. We can create a duplicate and we can share images. Virtualization. This is a very, very important topic. What is meaning of virtualization? So guys, in this previous diagram, only one operating system we are installing. But with the help of virtualization, okay, with the help of virtualization, we can install multiple operating systems in single hardware. Again, I'll come to the same story. Okay. Many years back, there was a computer IT engineer summit was happened in United States, not in India, in United States. So everybody they attend at a conference and they have sharing their problems. So the company is running is a very difficult. So because of this operating system, this is a limitations. Okay, so what should I do? So any kind of solutions are there. So most of the 90 to 95% of the people are telling their problems, all are similar problems. So what is the problem? Yesterday, I think in the demo session, I already explained, few people are already attended. Okay. So managing the company for the services in each individual computer, all the computers, if you're keeping on your data center, is a very difficult to manage the data center management. Because if 1,000 services, if you are using 1,000 computers, you need to place it on your data center. All the system we need to provide power, network, cooling, and maintenance. Everything we need to provide. It's a very, very difficult. For every system we need to take care. Every system need a power. Every system need a network. Every system need a AC, air condition. Every system need to be monitored. Maintenance. So we have a lot of employees are working in the data center to managing the services in different departments. So that's a very difficult. So another disadvantage is this all computers when they'll be using regularly over the period of 4 to 7 years, the systems are slowly down because of the regular usage. The system performance will be slowly down because of the depreciation of the hardware. Regularly your utilization, the server performance will be down like your mobile. And finally, they're giving some kind of performance level issues on your servers. So what we will do? We will throw the servers outside and we are bringing a new servers. So entire setup again will be spending more amount to build a similar kind of data center architecture. It's a difficult, there's a very difficult situation. Once in a 5 years or 7 years, the company need to take the decision to rebuild a new environment. So during that time, so few people are identified the problems. So whatever the in your system, the CPU, memory, hard drive, network, it will be directly using only one kernel. Only one kernel it is using. So one kernel means only one operating system they can use it. So guys, you are in Hyderabad. Okay, you have taken one room for rent. Okay, your mentality is only you want to stay. Your friend will be not stay with you. Maybe you have some good idea. You want to save your money and you can offer your friend, hey, please stay with me. So there is a room rent is 10,000 rupees. We can share each other 50%, 50%. Understand? So that idea we need to create first of all in their mind. Same way, whatever the hardware in olden days, these systems hardwares are, they don't have any mentality to share the CPU, to share the memory to multiple operating system in single system. So at the time of design, so who are manufacturing the CPU, who are manufacturing the memory, hard drive, only accessing to the single operating system. So that was identified. Hey, brother. So this is a main problem. If anybody is designed this hardware in a sharing mode, we can easily install more than one operating system. So finally, the manufacturing companies are enabled the sharing capacity feature in the each component like a motherboard, CPU, memory and hard drive. On all the areas, the sharing features are enabled. But who will be managing the sharing? Example, one operating system we are installing. Okay, one operating system we are installing. So how we can check that? Example, if one operating system is installed. So how much amount of CPU we can provide? How much amount of memory we can share? How much amount of storage we can share? So a controller is required. So one controller is developed. One controller is developed between the operating system to the hardware. Okay, so like this. So kernel to your physical system, one layer they have developed. With the help of layer, the operating systems are created, and with the help of this CPU, memory, storage, network, everything control of this layer only. And based on your requirement, they will share how much amount of CPU is required, how much amount of memory is required for you, how much amount of storage is required for you. Everything they will be controlled from this layer. So this layer is called hypervisor layer. Okay, hypervisor layer. So this hypervisor layer was developed with the help of Linux only. Again, understood? This again hypervisor layer is developed with the Linux. So the hypervisor is made with the Linux. So this name it as a virtualization. Okay, virtualization. So this technology called as virtualization. What is meaning of virtualization? Means bringing hardware into software technology. So previously OS is installing on the hardware. Now the hypervisor is a software, right? In the hypervisor, the operating systems are installing. That is called software technology. So that means hardware technology is transferred into software technology. The transformation is nothing but called virtualization. Understood? So now this virtualization technology now ruling the world. Can you please tell me, so who is a top marketing virtualization products in the market? Any idea?
VMware. VMware.
Exactly, exactly. So the most popular hypervisors, most popular hypervisors. VMware, VMware is a company. VMware is not a product. VMware developed a few products: GSX, ESX, ESXi. ESXi. These are the three products was developed by VMware. And Citrix. Citrix is a company. Any idea what is the product name called? What is the product name called? Zen Server. Microsoft company also developed the product. Any idea what is the product name called? Hyper-V. There's so many brands are available in the real-time environment. Nearly 30 brands are available. The market leaders are, this is up. Okay, guys, going forward, I'll give you Zen server lab setup for everyone in this batch. You can practice your VM creations, Windows server creation, Linux server creation with hands-on experience. Okay, with hands-on experience. So altogether, to connect the Zen server, so normally there is a piece of software is required. There is a name called Zen Center. With the help of Zen Center, we can connect the Zen server. Actually, Zen server is in my lab, my personal lab, home lab. So I'll show you how to connect. This is a physical server. I purchased it. So the brand is Dell Rack Server R710 model. So if you want to see that picture, how look likes. So the server look likes Dell R710. If you look like this is a way. This is the server model. Okay. You can see here. The server look like this is a one. So right now the server capacity is 2 physical processors, Intel Xeon processors, and installed 2 TB of storage and install 64 GB of RAM. Again, I'm telling you, in this system, 2 physical processors are there. So 2 physical processor means this is the same structure. My system is, this is one processor and this is another processor. And the total 8 hard disks are there, but I installed only 2 hard disks. Each hard disk is 1 terabyte. So total 2 TB of storage, 2000 GB. And inside this, there is a 5 cooling fans are there. And this system is installed the hypervisor name called Zen server. So now we successfully connected the Zen server. This is a one. So see guys, your old student, everybody is practicing here. Okay. The people are practicing this lab only. So now can see here the storage 1.7 TB. That means 2 TB months exactly will not get. So almost 1700 GB we will get. Memory 64 GB of RAM is installed. Understood? So like if you go for CPUs, so the processor model is X5672 model and the speed of the processor is 3.20 gigahertz. It's the highest speed. Mostly you can check your system. Okay, go to run or maybe you can go to start, open File Explorer and you can right click on this PC, go to properties and you can check the speed of your processor. Maximum your laptop system processor is maximum 2.40 to 2.50. Yes or no? Now this is actually a server based system. It's a more capacity is there. So 3191 megahertz processor is available. Understood? Any other questions? Any other questions?
Sir, which you have told me that to interact with us and log in to do the practice, this is the same lab where we need to be do the
Exactly.
practice.
Exactly.
Okay.
So how you are practicing? So I have created one server for you that is called lab jump server. I'm giving access for every student. Okay. And tomorrow you can directly connect with the IP address. So there's a public IP address is there. With the help of public IP address from your home, directly you can connect the lab.
Okay.
So we will send one lab time schedule. So you can register your name. We will not call you. We will not inform. Whoever interested, you can take the opportunity to connect this lab. It's completely free of cost. No charges.
Okay.
right?
So for practice regarding after the course will be valid for us to do the practice on this
So
after
after the
completing
course,
the
who will
course.
give, sir? Can you tell me one institute after the course, they'll give you the lab for access? Nobody
For
will
some
give.
time, for some time, one or
Only
two.
during that time. Only during the next 90 days, we will give you. So today, date is May 15th. May, June, July, August. So August 15th. So that's it, your final day for to access this lab.
Okay,
You
okay,
should not access more than that after August 15th.
okay. So, so same environment. If we want to be create for doing the practice, we will do it here. But for the personal practice
Hmm.
regarding after the course, we need to be create own environment in our own account of AWS. Correct?
Okay, that's good. But if you want to spend more amount from your packet, okay, and I can suggest you, okay, at least you have to spend like a 50,000 rupees. You can build a this type of lab, 50,000 rupees. But this much of configuration is not there. So there is a low-end configured
No, no.
systems are available in the market. You can purchase the used one computers and you can build this kind of environment. I'm not recommending to build again, not requirement for you.
No,
So
no.
what are the
I
90 days
think
you are
3 months.
traveling with me?
Yeah, it is sufficient time for do the practice on this
So
real
this
time
90 days
experience.
is more than sufficient. That I can tell you.
If each day, whatever the lessons you will be cover, we will
No,
do
no,
this
no.
lab.
Only few topics only I'll be practicing here. Rest of the topics I will be giving on the AWS cloud.
Okay.
Okay. So we
Hmm.
are managing both on-prem environment and cloud environment. That's a very, very important. Example, I'm teaching only AWS with the DevOps concept. You joined in some company and the company will be 20%, they'll use only cloud, 80% on-prem. How can you manage it? It's very difficult, right?
Yes.
So that experience I'm providing here with the
Oh,
real-time example lab.
okay.
So these are not dummy missions, brother. Okay. These all are live servers actually. There's some application is running. Some applications are running.
Okay.
So that's why we are building this environment. I'm giving access to you. So, and I would request it to everyone, don't misuse the lab. Deleting unnecessarily, okay? Creating some without following the lab guidelines, don't follow that. If you're finding anything, I'll straight away remove the person, no matter what. I don't want to suffer remaining people. If one person is doing that, I'll definitely remove that. I don't have any other option. So just follow me the guidelines. So definitely we'll give all the access. Complete admin access I'll provide you to
So,
practice all the type of scenarios.
so will be not able to do this practice on daily basis here.
No,
Only
not
the
daily basis.
right.
2 weeks once based on the scenarios, you will be come here and you will be practicing this.
I think on the weekend only.
No, not like
Saturday.
that. Not like that. Not like that.
Okay.
Depends on the topics. Suppose I'm explaining Amazon VPC, why should I give this access to you on that day?
Hmm. Correct.
So if any topics is related to on-prem related, I'll come here and I'll enable it. Otherwise, I'll not turn on the server.
Okay.
So everything will be in a schedule, brother. So if you watch the scheduling sheet, you will get a complete idea,
Okay. Fine.
right? Otherwise, no.
Okay.
Maybe if you're not completing the lab 1 or 2 days, maybe you're missing, you can call the lab coordinators are available. So they will turn on the server, they will give you access. Don't worry about that. Maybe
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday, you have a time. They will turn on the server, you can practice it. No issues.
Fine.
Okay, without wasting time, we can continue the session. So
Yes.
guys, in this particular Zen center, how you can create a one virtual machine. How you can create a one virtual machine. So guys, I'll show you one virtual machine we'll be creating in the Zen center today. So most of the people, okay, are coming from the non-IT background or they don't have any experience. So can you please raise your hand? Do you know how to install Windows operating system step by step? Anybody don't know how to install Windows operating system step by step, server operating system. I'm not asking Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows 11. I'm asking Windows server operating system. No idea? Okay, good. So in the next session, I'll connect to Zen Center. I will install the Windows Server operating system here. Okay. So because this class is completely related to Linux, I don't touch Windows operating system. Separately, I will take it. Okay. Now this hypervisor is there. I connected with the Zen Center and I'm going to create a virtual machine. Everything looks good. So come back. What about cloud? So we created the AWS account. Okay. AWS account. How you can connect that you know very well. So go to browser, open aws.amazon.com and you're logging in and this is a main screen. So you can stick on to one of the region. You can stick on to one of the region. That means one location. Guys, my lab is in Hyderabad. So I'm stick on to my lab is in Hyderabad. So I'm not keep on switching the server from Hyderabad to Bengaluru, Bengaluru to Chennai, Chennai to Mumbai. I'm not doing that. Fixing my lab in a permanent location. Same way, when you're practicing the any kind of classes, you stick on to one location. I'm going to Singapore location. I'm going to Singapore location. I'm practicing all the kind of lab, everything in Singapore only. So in AWS, this is the only web console. This is only web console like this. Okay. Only web console. Suppose this is a web console. aws.amazon.com. I logged in. With my ID, I logged in. This is Rajesh. I logged in. But if you want to create a server in Amazon, okay, this particular console we should connect to one of the data center. One of the data center. I need to connect into one of the data center. So the data center is this one. It's a cloud data center. That means in a specific location, the data center is set up. Right? The data center is set up. One minute. I'll show you the live pic, the data center, how it look like. Okay. I'll show you the data center, how it look like. So 2 weeks back, I have visited in Hyderabad, the Amazon data center. So I have taken the pic from outside. You can see here. Guys, are you able to see my screen? Hello.
Yes, 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 sir.
So this is actually the live data center look likes. Okay. So this is completely Amazon data center, which is located in Hyderabad, one of the data center. Okay. So almost 65 to 70 kilometers from my home. Last 2 weeks back, I went there and I taken the pic. So this was established in the last year, December month. 2022, Amazon data center was launched in Hyderabad location. So similar kind of data center, 3 data centers are available in outskirts of Hyderabad location.
Which location is it, Rajesh?
That's a very, in exit number 14, from there you need to go. Nearest to the pharmacy.
Okay, okay.
Pharmacy. I'll give you the location. I have the Google location. I will share with you. If anybody wants, you can go and you can watch it. But nobody will allow you because of it's a completely gun force is there. Don't take without permission. Do not touch the any kind of gates. Okay? Because of it's a confidential data. Everything is available in the data center. So without permission, you should not test that. And one more important thing is this data center is Amazon data center only. In anywhere, Amazon logo is not available due to security reasons. Only there is a small board is there here in this board. In the board only HDC Hyderabad data center, some number will be showing that. That's it. And the small logo in the left corner, Tata logo will be there. That's it. Because of the complete data center was built by Tata company. Yes. The complete data center is built by Tata Communication Limited. Understood? And whoever employees are working here, they will not wearing Amazon ID card. They will wearing a different branding name of a company, some kind of military, some name called military, some kind of name will be, badge will be there holding it. Okay, this is Amazon data center. I know it. I already got the information. If you want to go and you can watch it any weekend if possible. Okay, fine. This complete floor is a single floor. All the data center, all the servers will be occupied. So this total compound, the size is 120 acres. A single data center, the total size is, the plotting size is 120 acres. So this is one of the unit. Like that, 2 more units in Hyderabad available. 2 more units. And each data center definitely will be connecting to other data center, minimum 70 kilometers to 100 kilometers. And each data center will be connecting to one data center to another data center with a high-speed internet cable. That's called fiber cable. Understood? 10 gigabyte fiber cable they'll be using to connect it. So there's a complete a cooling system will be outside of this particular building. So completely I got it some information like almost 6 degrees centigrades. The complete cooling will be provided on the data center. Okay, what type of servers are available in this data center? Very simple, guys. Whatever the rack server I have explained now, the same servers are available. Yes. So whatever the server I have shown, right? So here the Dell rack server, the similar kind of servers are available. Okay. So if you're seeing the AWS data center picture, okay. So you can see like this. Okay. You can see like this. So this type of servers, they'll be orderly, they'll be placing it in the rack. But my server is 64 GB RAM and 2 TB, right? But this server capacity is more than 10 times. More than 10 times. Maybe one server RAM is 1024 GB RAM. Okay. Storage is 10 TB of storage. Processors, 4 processors. So high-end capacity. High-end capacity will be there. So maybe my server cost is a 3.5 lakh. Maybe this server cost is 10 to 15 lakhs. 10 to 15 lakhs. So like that, this type of servers are, they will be organizing in the rack enclosure. This is a rack enclosure and which is connecting to the power, network, everything. So nobody will be entering into this data. This is a high secured zone. Only data center administrators, they will be going, and in case of any problem, they will be removing, they will be fixing it. And whatever the data which is running on the one data center, the same data, we have a replica copy is in another data center if you are enabled. Okay. So I'll explain in future. If the same data, if you're keeping in a multiple locations and how you need to select, I can explain going forward classes. So example, we have created some database servers in this location. and one copy will be running in one data center and one more copy will be in another data center in the same ratio, maybe in a different location also. So these type of advanced configurations are there. If you're seeing this, the data center look like this is a way. Actually, this is a photocopy, okay, kind of computer generated one. And if you're seeing this kind of data center look like this is a one. Okay. Any other questions? Fine. Suppose this is Hyderabad data center. I want to create my servers in Hyderabad data center. So there is a service name called EC2. Okay, there is a service name called EC2. The EC2 service is managing the all your operating system, like a Windows operating system, Linux operating system, Mac operating system. Everything is managed by EC2. So the EC2 service is available here. If you go to the browser, if you go to services, compute, EC2 is available. So now the EC2, what is managing it? It managing the hypervisors. Yes, whatever the hypervisor I have explained, right? The similar hypervisor they're managing in the data center. Okay, the next question from your side. Sir, in this Amazon data center, what type of hypervisor they are using? Any idea, guys? Amazon using which type of hypervisors? VMware ESX server? Huh? VMware ESX server? Citrix Zen server? Microsoft Hyper-V? Any idea? No idea, right? Okay, let me tell you. So Amazon, they maintained two types of hypervisor. One is a Zen hypervisor. Zen server is different. Zen hypervisor is different. Zen hypervisors. And another model is Nitro hypervisors. Nitro hypervisor. These are two types of hypervisor they're using it in Amazon data center. So if any interviews or any exams, if you're asking, you need to give this answer. This is a very important question. So what type of hypervisors are managed by Amazon EC2 means Zen hypervisors, and another one is a Nitro hypervisors. Nitro hypervisors. So what are the servers are using? And the servers, these hypervisors are installed and we don't have any control. Example, I have installed Zen server and I connected with the Zen center, right, from my laptop. But you don't have any console like this to connect directly hypervisor. Okay, only you can use the web browser. In the web browser, you can open the EC2 and you can connect the particular location, you can create a server. So the server will create in one of the hypervisor. In one of the hypervisor, it will create like this. We don't have any control. Hey, the VM should create only in the specific hypervisor. We don't have any controls. So because this is a completely restricted zone, AWS is not providing access to the AWS user to the directly of a hypervisor. Suppose I want to create a Linux operating system. I want to create a Windows operating system. Irrespective of any hypervisor is free, Amazon EC2 will create that instance in this particular hypervisor. Understood? Any other question?
No.
No questions, right? The next one. I'm going to create one Linux machine today. The rest of the things, everything we'll discuss in the next session. So in this console, I'm going to create instances. Okay. What are the instances you created? Everything will be showing here. So now, first we need to creating an instance. First we need to understand what is meaning of availability zone. So availability zone is nothing but a data center. Singapore is nothing but region. So Hyderabad is a region, is one place. So in that Hyderabad, one of the data center is available like this. Like this. So this is one availability zone. This is one availability zone. Okay. So like that in Singapore, how many data centers are there? How can you check that? How can you check that? So guys, if you check the networks, we can easily identify how many data centers are available in this particular region. So guys, I'm duplicating this window. And I'm going to, there is a network name called VPC. Okay. This is a virtual private cloud. It's a network configuration. So right now I'm in Singapore network. If you go to VPC, this is only one VPC is there. If you go to subnets, 3 subnets are there. So if you have 3 subnets, if you're checking here, okay, 3 data centers are available. One data center name is AP South 1A. Another data center name is AP Southeast 1B, AP Southeast 1C. These are the 3 data centers are available. So that means 3 different locations in Singapore data centers are created. Each data center, it is connected with a high-speed fiber cable with a 10 gigabyte speed. Okay, the distance is between 80 to 100 and 120 kilometers. So why they will be maintained this much of distance? Any idea?
If there is a disaster happen or something
Yeah,
happens, so
exactly.
if the
That's a
data center
perfect
is
answer.
connected,
If
then
anything is disaster is happen in the data center, at least another data center is safe. Okay. Why we are maintain the data center in the same region, same location? Can you tell me? If example, Hyderabad only one data center we can create it. Why another 2 data centers we can create in different location?
for backup purpose.
For a backup purpose and for a least latency connection. So if the data center is too far away from the location, nearly 300 kilometers, example, one data center I created in Hyderabad, one data center is in Vijayawada. Okay, if a Hyderabad data center is the very nearest and we have a good communication. And if Hyderabad data center is down, if you're connecting to Vijayawada, it's very far away, right? Some kind of network latency issues. So to avoid that, we will be creating the data centers in the same region, but in a different corners of the city, they'll be establishing the data centers. Okay, perfect. So now, if you select any region, guys, example, North Virginia, I'm selecting North Virginia in United States. So how many data centers are there? The highest data centers in Amazon, the location is North Virginia. Okay. How many locations, how many data center locations are there? Huh? How many?
6.
6 data centers are available. Yes. So actually Amazon data centers are first data center is North Virginia. So right now, maybe that time, and I have learned in 2012, 13 time, I think only 2 to 3 data centers only. So now we are a 6 data center. So we are using 6 data centers. Okay, come back here in the instances. So whenever you're creating the instance, you need to decide the instance will be creating on which availability zone. Okay, example, I'm going to create an instance in availability zone A. Okay, I want to click launch instance. I just clicked here and very, very pretty simple console you can create it. So guys, you can give the name. So the naming is very, very important. So whenever you're creating the server, first 3 letters or 2 letters, you can use it for mentioning the region location. SGP is a Singapore mission. So I'm mentioning like this, SGP, Singapore. And what is the purpose you are creating? Suppose web-based. Okay, web-based. Web server I'm going to create. So what is operating system? Linux operating system. And this is the first server I'm creating. So this type of naming you can create. Otherwise, we can change name like this. Example, this is a Linux machine, right? LNX you can give in a shortcut. Web 01 you can give like this. Okay, hey, what is operating system? So you don't want to create operating system step by step because Amazon is already created operating system. The images they'll be provided, we called as Amazon Mission Images, AMI, is a ready-madely the OS is available. If you select it, automatically copy the file. It will take 3 minutes to create a mission. Only it will create a mission in 3 minutes, not more than 3 minutes. Just copying the image and creating a new server. So guys, you can see here Amazon Linux is there, Ubuntu is there, Red Hat is there, SUSE Linux is there, Debian Linux is there. Basically, Linux, it has a different distributions are available. That means different flavors are available. So if you click this link, so we have a n number of Linux operating systems are available in the market. You can check here. You can see this. Different Linux operating systems are available. Okay. So this is a very difficult to teach all the Linux operating systems. So the popular ones are, okay, the popular ones are Ubuntu, Red Hat, SUSE Linux, Debian Linux. These other things are available. Even Amazon also, they have customized own Linux that is called Amazon Linux. So these are the operating systems we are using it. Suppose I'm going to create Amazon Linux. So after that, it is asking, hey, what is a Amazon mission image you are selecting? So even in this particular AMI, the multiple flavors are available. So like a standard, so kernel and other PyTorch. So different models are there. So I don't want to use that. I'm going to select a fresh without any application installed. The vanilla flavored operating system is required. So vanilla flavor means is a base operating system without application. I'm going to select a Amazon Linux 2023 EMI. Next, it is asking, hey, what type of instance you are going to create. So whenever you're creating the mission, the RAM, CPU is required. That will be decided by instance type. We have a lot of models are available. So the lowest model is a T2 Nano. The highest models also is available. You can click the comparison of instance type. You can see here. Okay, we have a 510 types of models are available. So if you are sort with the vCPUs, the lowest one is a T1 micro. And if you have the lowest RAM is a 0.612 MB of RAM. And if you need a highest RAM, you can check like this. 12,288 GB of RAM also available. Okay. So based on your requirement for a business, you can select and you can create. Guys, don't create these missions. Only you can select only T2 micro. T2 micro is only free tier eligible mission. In a month, you can use a 750 hours. You can see here T2 micro or T3 micro. You can use per month 750 hours practically. Use it. So don't turn on always. Once your practice is done, you can shut down the mission. Now I'm selecting the free tier eligible. Okay, free tier eligible. I'm going to select here. Right? So that's a T2 micro I have selected. Then key pair is required. Key pair is nothing but is a password file. You can generate the key pair file with this format. So in next session, I'll explain what is meaning of RSA, what is meaning of ED, what is a PEM and PPK. Now can give that. So what is the name of the server? Okay, SGP hyphen LNX hyphen web01. So again give identification is key pair and create a key pair in a PEM format, and this file will be downloaded on your system. Better, you can download this file on a specific folder on your desktop, okay, in a specific folder like Singapore, and you can maintain it. So whatever the key pairs you're generating, only one time it will generate. So if you lost that, it will not generate it again. So in case if your key pair is missing, how you can troubleshoot the issue, I will explain in future classes. So network, you can make it as a default one. Don't make any changes. And finally, storage. Storage by default 8 GB is fine. And you can maintain only less than 30 GB. If you cross more than 30 GB cloud storage, it will be chargeable. In free tier, only 30 GB is a free. So Linux 8 GB is enough for practice. You can leave it that one. And how many missions you want? So don't create more than one mission because of unnecessarily waste your free tier limitation. You can select the only one mission and you can click launch it. So that's it. Now your mission is creating and mission is under creation. So if you want the mission should be displayed and you can give the name and hit enter. So now the server is creating. In next 3 minutes, the server will be ready and I will be connecting and I'll show you it. But right now, the connectivity process and all, I will explain tomorrow because right now the keeper file I downloaded, I need to convert the files in a different format. Those files I can use to connect the machine. So just you can understand how you can create a machine, how you can create a Linux machine in Amazon. The next class, how to connect and how can you practice the Linux commands in this system. Okay. So after this class, so after 11 to 2, I'll be available in case of any doubts. You can please call us and you can clarify your doubts and you please create your AWS account. You can start creating it. It's very, very important. So in the next session, we'll be directly jump into the Linux architecture and what are the commands, the basic commands we need to practice. At least minimum 15 to 20 commands we will practice tomorrow.
How to
Okay.
connect you, Rajesh?
Okay, that have a big process is there. So tomorrow I will explain. Okay, there is a theoretical part is available. I need to
If you
explain.
want to connect with you, or we can connect with you.
You know the contact persons, so you can call them. If they need, I will connect with me also directly. No issues.
Can you share this video also?
You will get it in next 1 hour.
Okay.
Right. See guys, the server is running now and is a T2 micro. Now it's initializing. So initializing means the server is under creation. So please wait for few more minutes. Once the server is successfully created, okay, and you will get the status check green mark. So that means the server is working fine. So now the server is created in 1B. Okay, I'm not created in 1A. Why? So tomorrow I will explain. And the server has both the public IP address and private IP address. So tomorrow we will use a public IP address to connect this server. Okay, and you need to get an idea what is meaning of public IP address and private IP address also. So I will explain in the next class.
Thank you,
Yes,
Rajesh.
guys. So 2 out of 2 check passed means server is ready. So guys, once you created, I would request it to everyone, please select the VM and shut down it. Okay. Once you create, you please shut down because I didn't explain how to connect and how to practice. So tomorrow I'll explain. So thank you. So I'll give you another 5 minutes. You can go with your questions one by one.
Yeah, hello, Rajesh. This is Gopi.
Yeah, Gopi.
Yeah, what is this course content means? First, you had to explain the Linux, DevOps, and AWS.
This is a course syllabus like this. Linux,
Okay,
along with the AWS EC2 services,
okay,
Git,
okay,
scripting, batch scripting, Ansible, Zira, branching and strategies. So Amazon services, remaining services we will be learning. We will hold DevOps tools for few days, few weeks, and few important services we will learn again in Amazon. Again go to DevOps tools like Terraform, Jenkins, and monitoring tools like Prometheus, Grafana, and log aggregation tools like ELK and continuous integration. These are the tools.
okay. Maximum how many services we covered in DevOps and AWS?
You can please count. I never counted any time.
Okay,
Okay.
Maximum 10
You
to
please
12.
check that. Okay.
Okay.
And so the next Docker, Kubernetes, Helm. So these are the three important things. Container and orchestration is a different, the next generation of hypervisor is a kind of called as containerization. So Docker, Kubernetes, Helm package manager we will be discussing here.
Okay.
So whatever the main important services, everything I included in this course. You don't worry about that. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So few people are already learned Amazon Web Services. So once you completed Linux, and we'll go for Git going forward. Thank you all. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you.